I have a lot of people out there who want to sell and buy. And, in the past, before 2017, sometimes it was possible to do that. More often than not, somebody would go ahead and decide that they were selling and buying and doing that in one move, and they could pull that off much easier before 2017. Since 2017, and particularly since 2019, though, people have found it harder to have contingent sales and be able to move from one place to another in one move. The demand is there, even though we've got a lot going on in the real estate world. It's still very, very hard right now to get a seller to take a contingency for the sale and closing of another home. A lot of people, in order to make that move, they're going with bridge loans. Bridge loans are great because they let you move from point A to point B first, and then you sell the house. Between 2019 and 2022, people had no problem with that. They were pretty confident that they could use that bridge loan and sell their house very quickly, in a matter of hours even, getting it under contract, and they had a lot of confidence. Now, with the market moving a bit slower, we're seeing that people are becoming a little less confident about that. But honestly, if you're using the bridge loan to move from point A to point B first, you just have to be committed to selling your house. If it's not moving the way that you want it to, you just have to follow a strategy to get the job done, and it will sell. Keep that in mind if you want to use that bridge loan. It's a great product. Conventional loans with recasts have also been very, very good. Some of them that I've seen in the past few years will actually let you buy that house and then put yours on the market, sell it, and you can have a recast of the loan when you're done, which is very nice. And, I've got great loan officers who can really do a good job of explaining how the bridge loan works, how the conventional with the recast works. So those types of loan products are very, very good. We're seeing less and less of a need for anyone, any seller, to have to take contingent offers. There are a couple of types out there. One is the contingent offer where you have to sell your house. You don't even have it on the market yet. You have to put it on the market and sell it before you can do anything. And then you have to close. So a lot of sellers aren't willing to wait for the sale and successful closing of that house. They just don't have the time. That's not a luxury they have. Something could fall through with you and they've missed the best time that they could possibly be on the market. So very few sellers are going to wait for you to get your house on the market and then get under contract and close. They're just in more of a hurry. That is probably more doable in a fall market than a spring or summer. We also have the contingent offer for just the successful closing. That means that someone already has their house under contract. Hopefully they've been through inspections and appraisal, and they write an offer on your house. We're just waiting for that other house to close. So those sellers are much more open to when the buyer's already been down the pike, so to speak, with getting a contract on their house, and they just need to get under contract with you and close on both. Again, though, in a spring market, sellers aren't too happy about that unless their house is sat on the market for a while, so we can't bank on that, but it is an option, especially if the house that you like has been on the market for a while. So then you have the crowd that actually sells the house. They get that over with. They rent for a while, and then they can take their time and look at a house to buy. I like that strategy a lot because then no one gets stuck on an impulse buy. They sell their house. It's already done. Rent for a while, find a place to stop, and then they purchase with confidence knowing they've bought what they want. Guaranteed seller programs are also around, like Open Door. What you have to understand and watch out for with those types of programs, though, is that you're going to get 70 to 80% of your market value out of a situation like that when you sell your house that way. The advantage is that they often let you lease the house back until you find something else, which is nice, but just understand that you're going to lose 20 to 30% of your equity if you go that route. Still, they promise you that you don't have to make repairs or do anything else. They'll take care of all of that. Again, just have eyes wide open and make sure that you understand the terms of that guaranteed sale program. A lot of time with the guaranteed sale programs, the offer will be made sight unseen. They'll send an inspector through and they'll beat you up on price. So again, just watch out for that because you're losing 20 to 30% equity off the top with the guaranteed seller program. And then they will go in and look at the condition of the property and want more money off. So again, that works great for some people if they have a lot of repairs to make, but it is not for everyone. So those are some ways that you can move from point A to point B in this market. All of them have their pros and cons. And if you want to discuss this topic or any other topic, feel free to reach out to me by phone, text, private message, or email. And if you're watching on YouTube, click subscribe. Thanks. Bye.